Hello everyone, welcome to the new Shredder channel.
No, not really. Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and I'm back, recharged for a brand new season of videos. Whoop whoop! Well, the problem with having a month off is that you forget the most basic of things, including your own YouTube introduction. I had to do that 3 times to get that bit right. Anyway, I've had a lovely month off, thank you very much, with lots of rest and relaxation. But it wasn't without any LEGO activity at all. I have done a lot of planning for the channel. Thinking about some changes that I might make and some different things that I might try to do. I've also been designing a few builds, some of which I might give you a bit of detail on later, but I won't spoil them by any means. And I've also been buying quite a few bricks and sets, all of which I could use some help with later, deciding how to incorporate them or how to do them exactly. Most of them on discount, I must say. There's quite a few discounts, of course, this time of year. There's also quite a few things I haven't done in the month off, which I still need to find time for because they are things that I want to do. Unfortunately, I haven't finished the design for my next mock modular, which I'm really looking forward to doing. I have done quite a bit of it, but wow, it's huge. It's actually going to be a 1.5 base plate wide one, kind of like assembly square. So I think the LEGO official modular will definitely be out first in January. Another thing I haven't done is submitted my Zeppelin train, the Sheenen Zeppelin, to LEGO Ideas for your votes and hopefully make it into a real life set. And the other one that people were suggesting I should do was my recent carriages from the Leviathan, the train that is pulled by the Flying Knotsman, of course. So I haven't done that submission either. I also haven't produced instructions for Fast Food Corner and all the other builds that you're very keen that I make instructions on. They do take a lot of time. I mean, it's not like people have been waiting a long time for those, right? Anyway, better to dwell on what I have done rather than what I haven't. And I think the first thing that's very exciting is arguably the elephant in the room because it's rather large and oh, wow, that is big. But it isn't just a pair of green Lego legs that I've bought. Let's see the rest of it. Well, the first thing to say about this is that it's not actually official LEGO, as you may have guessed, but it is very true to original real LEGO because it's got absolutely all the details that you would expect. And I guess that's because some clever souls have turned the actual sort of 3D files for LEGO pieces into much bigger versions of the same that enables them to 3D print them, which means they work in exactly the same way and can do exactly the same sort of range of movement as a normal Lego minifigure. So I found the guy who printed this on Instagram, and I asked him if he would do the exact copy of the Season 1 series minifigure of the Forest Man, which I use for my sig fig, Robin, and he was more than happy to do so. So we've got an absolutely faithful reproduction of that build with all the movement of the hands, the arms, and all the rest of it that you can just piece together in the normal way. It's even got quite good clutch power, so he does look rather fantastic. So after knowing that he could do one, I decided to, part with a bit of the channel money from my wonderful Patreon supporters and my wonderful channel members to basically... even the quivers there, to basically get one of these. Now, I could use this in 2 ways, really. I could use it as part of the city, but it's a bit kind of too big and a bit weird, though I do think it could be kind of a defensive agent against the Dr. Inferno mech that's being created in that warehouse at the dockside. Or I could just use it kind of as a desk ornament next to my mug on the build desk, which I think is probably a lot more sensible. But yeah, it is rather fantastic, isn't it? So we can put him in rather amusing builds, and maybe he'll come up to the city from time to time. But if he does, yeah, wonderful, isn't it? But if he does, then I think we need a backstory for why that might happen. And I was thinking that basically maybe it was that defense against Dr. Inferno's mech that was required. So one of the many scientists of Brick Nottingham took some of Robin's DNA from a swab inside his mouth, probably, and then basically combined it with some of the atomic waste, perhaps, that's en route to Brick Derby as a bit of a dump site, to create Big Robin. And I thought that's what we'd call him. And I didn't know whether, because he's sort of come from Australia via Instagram, that he should have an Australian accent. But that might be offensive if I do a bad one. Also, I'm pretty sure that Americans can't tell the difference between an Australian accent and a British one, so it would be lost on them. At least a lot of you can't, it seems. So maybe I'll just have him as a big sort of lumbering, dopey kind of friendly guy, and he'll be fun in that way. So there we go. We're nearly finished. There's the wonderful hat that we can put on the top there. Is that on? There we go. Pushed it down. And then, of course, the hat would not be complete without the feather. So he's done absolutely every part. And even the part of the huge sig fig that I usually don't bother carrying around because he's usually doing a nice wave is even better. The wonderful bow and arrow. I mean, check that out. So I just think this is a wonderful addition to the channel. And he does hold it. He does have gripping power. There we go. Look at that. Absolutely no problem there. And yeah, see if you like my backstory. If you've got a better backstory, do let me know. If you've got a better name other than Big Robin, or maybe a better idea how he can be sort of incorporated into the story of the growth of Brick Nottingham, then do let me know. But I'm thinking he might just be a gentle giant. So that's quite good fun. But yeah, he's absolutely fabulous, isn't he? So I have to get him in some sort of interesting standing pose like that. And then he can be part of my backdrop, as I say. But yeah, what do you think of him? I think he's rather fantastic and worth, well, every penny that I spent on him. He was quite expensive, but that's partially because I had to get him submitted back to me from halfway around the world. But there we go. So yeah, a wonderful new addition to the channel. I need to get him standing a bit more vertically. There we go. Big Robin. And then I thought I might go to the other end of the scale as well. So if that's big and that's normal, then I thought we might also go small because I recently became aware of a Nexo Knights character that was in only one set, 70358 Aaron Stone Destroyer from 2017, which is this character. Now, I can't remember what he's called. He's called Robot Hoodlum or something like that. But I figured this should be called Robot Hood. And he's rather fantastic in a completely different way. And it is definitely based on Robin in that we've got the same sort of jaunty eyebrow raised. We've got the same sort of moustache going on and everything else, but all in robot form. So I had two ideas for this guy as well. Either he would be Robin's trusty assistant in robot form, or maybe he'd be an evil robot. I was thinking maybe the mayor of Brick Derby got his hands on some of that Robin DNA from the lab and maybe put it into an evil robot to try and replace Robin and ultimately bring Brick Nottingham to its knees and allow Brick Derby to stride ahead as the best city in the region. I don't know. So maybe he's an evil character that's sort of lurking and against Robin, trying to thwart him, or maybe he is Robin's best friend. I don't really know, but we've kind of already got a best friend. So, yeah. Anyway, so ideas for that. Tell me what you think of my evil robot hood. It's going to be hard remembering all these names. Big Robin, Robot Hood. Yeah, guy. Right, so there we go. So those are my first additions to the channel. Well, in addition to buying some new characters for the channel, I've also been making quite a lot of orders through bricklink.com in order to get loose bricks to, of course, build all of those new designs that I've been making and keep us in mocks for the next, weeks and months. But I've got all of those stacked to one side, unopened, so we can continue with our brick hauls on Wednesday. I know a lot of you are fans of those, so we'll be continuing with that feature. Now, there is one exception to those boxes that I have opened just to remove the medium azure tiles, because one vendor had, well, some quite big ones that are going to be really useful for me to extend the lake in my fairground area. In the last Fairground Friday video, a few of you suggested that I made that a lot bigger, and I think you're right, because it would look better with a lot more of that roller coaster being over water, so that's a really good idea, so thanks for that. Ooh, new batteries are a bit loud. That will continue, yeah, that feature. And in fact, you've been very generous recently in sending me packages, even though I haven't been making new videos using my address, which you can continue to use. And I will be doing all of those packages that you've been sending me because I've got an absolute stack. I'm just sort of looking around. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. So we're going to have an absolute mountain to go through. So I think I'll probably do that this Wednesday to get those open and enjoyed. And then everything that arrives in December, I think I'm going to kind of hold back and do as one kind of Christmas blowout as close to Christmas as we can get. So do send me something if you want to be part of that. Other things for Christmas I've been buying are this wonderful set. I just couldn't resist buying this at full price. This Reindeer Battle Pack set 40499 because wow, it's just absolutely fabulous, isn't it? All the presents in the back, Santa on there, the wonderful reindeer. I've just added, oh, it's slipped, that's annoying, a red sticker onto one of the noses. Yeah, that's better placed when I did it originally. I don't think it stuck that well, so that would be Rudolph. There's a really nice little sort of trunk or boot here on the back. How do we open it? There we go. Which you can put carrots in and all the rest of it. Yeah, so I think it's a really good set. My only really criticism of it is the fact that I don't quite get the build for the sleigh itself, really. I mean, usually a sleigh that's this shape, you would have your kind of feet right down here, your legs up here, you'd be sat on a bench, and that's why it's that shape. So with it being this scale, it really doesn't really make much sense with Santa just sort of perched on the bench there. But anyway, we can let that go. It's Christmas. It's the time of forgiveness and goodwill. So we'll let him off that. But yeah, I think that's a great set. So I'll probably have to put that above one of the buildings in Brick Nottingham very soon to celebrate the seasonal change. As soon as we're in December, it's November still now, just, so we can't put it in quite yet. Another Christmas thing I've done is bought an advent calendar. I usually do this. I probably won't do any spoilers this year because I got a few complaints last time. And the only decision was which one to choose, because usually I'll go for the city advent calendar. But there's nothing really that new in it this year. I think there might have been a face or a torso, but that was about it, and it wasn't that impressive. So I decided to give the city one a miss. The Marvel one, I don't follow Marvel, as you know, so it didn't really mean much to me either. Harry Potter one had a leaky cauldron sign, but so what? Friends, nope. So the only one really left to try was the Star Wars one. So I've bought the Star Wars 75307 advent calendar, or the Mrs. Hood has on my behalf, because quite frankly, for a few builds alone, I mean, wow, yeah, that's the one we need this year, 100%. That looks great. So I'm going to start opening those in December as well. Really looking forward to that. Now, other sets I've been very interested in are from the video series. Now, I know a lot of you really don't like video at all, and, well, you couldn't care less probably, but nonetheless, I think the minifigures are pretty good, actually. Now, there's the Series 2 minifigures from video, which I've not seen anywhere apart from Lego.com. I even went to 2 real-life shops trying to find them, with no success whatsoever. I could have made a video on me going shopping, but I don't really do that. So I'll be interested if you know of anywhere where you can get video Series 2. I want to kind of buy the complete series rather than get the random boxes, which are so annoying. But yeah, I think a lot of those minifigures are really cool, especially the slime guy. He looks absolutely fantastic. But also, because of the sort of, well, dismal success of this line, a lot of these sets from the second wave and some from the first wave are ridiculously reduced on Amazon and other providers. Use my link. So basically, I've been hoovering them up for less than half price. So I've got the beatbox for the dragon, which I don't know how I'm going to use at all because he's a bit weird. I've got the beatbox for the fairy violinist, who's got some interesting parts, but again, I'm not going to know how to use yet, so give me some ideas if you've got them for that. I also bought the kind of ice cream stage, which I haven't even bothered building. I've just used for parts. No, he's not doing something funny there. But I did it for the minifigures because at less than half price, I think it was £6 or £7, and that's worth it for the 2 minifigures, let alone the fact that I've got loads of random bricks now. So I've got a ballerina girl, which you could get rid of the dress or even keep it, let's face it, looks rather fantastic. She could pretty much go anywhere. And this gummy bear guy looks absolutely awesome. I'll probably lose the guitar and maybe have him as kind of a statue at my sweet shop, which was based on Honeyduke's store, of course. So I'm thinking that looks absolutely great. And that's part of the reason why I need the Series 2 video minifigures, because there's a second kind of gummy bear in there with the translucent legs and so on in pink, translucent dark pink. So yeah, we really need that one as well. So yes, I've got them. Ideas for her if you think of them. I also bought the limo stage, which I built because it sort of interested me. I mean, it's not going on the streets, it's an abomination. But again, this was less than half price. And you can see it's already falling apart because basically I've already started cannibalizing parts off here and off the back and off here and all off here as well. But it's got some good minifigures. I've got this robot girl who I really like, sort of DJ girl. The kind of Daft Punk robot guy who looks rather fantastic as well. And there's some really good pieces, including things like this screen of people dancing, which I think I could use in a record store or something like that. So yeah, this will probably get fully taken apart soon, or on a white record as well, just for parts. But yeah, for that price and this amount of Lego, it's just amazing, really. So yeah, I'm quite a big fan of the video line, especially when it's reduced so heavily. So there we go, lots of interesting things there. Now, there are other things that I've been considering doing for the channel for quite a while that I'm thinking of pushing the green button on, but I definitely appreciate your input, essentially. One, I'm thinking of doing a Lego artwork just to sort of give a bit of more colour to the channel, kind of like we have with Big Robin here. So that's something that's definitely going to be coming up. I've actually ordered the additional dots I need to do that from Lego Bricks and Pieces. But one that I'm not so certain on is doing Lego shorts. Now, if you don't know what Lego shorts are, they aren't short trousers or anything like that. They're videos that are under a minute long that are usually done in sort of portrait format, so kind of with the sides of the screen missing, in, well, a lame attempt to try and compete with TikTok, I think. Maybe I could even release them on TikTok as well if I were to do some, and it might increase, subscribers to my channel. So I'm not usually one to sort of grub around trying to get additional subscribers by doing things that I don't want to do. I usually like doing my own thing. But, well, channel growth is a fundamental part of keeping this channel healthy and alive and so on. So I figure, well, maybe I should do some shorts. I mean, I could just do some very simple ones of like my trains going around, which is always very popular. Maybe even stage a train crash or something like that. I don't usually stage my crashes, but you never know. I could even do some sort of funny ones with my funny scenes. So I'd be appreciative of your view on whether I should do that. Of course, it would technically dilute what we're doing here normally as part of the channel. So yeah, that's why I'm unsure. I mean, I would still want to do the 3 videos a week, which means when on earth am I going to find the time to do the shorts, right? But, I'm not sure if I really want loads of short videos kind of interspersing my usual sort of chain of videos on my playlist as the sort of progression of a Lego City, because that is the primary focus of my channel. So, yeah, do I dilute what I'm doing a little bit by doing short videos? Or do I focus on attracting people? It's a real dilemma that I appreciate your view on. Right, so I've witted quite enough now, so I think I'll just leave you with a few tantalising glimpses into the next season of what we'll be building by letting you know that I think we'll be moving Fairground Fridays to a Monday. To make Fairground for Mondays doesn't really work, but nonetheless, I think that's important because basically weekend videos released on a Friday get a lot longer soak. So I think it's much more important we keep the diversity up on the channel by having Fridays with my mock builds. With that in mind, we've got the supermarket ready to go. I've also pretty much got everything I need for the cargo yard, finally, and the Coast Guard, both of which are going to be in that sort of area near the Blue Bridge that I currently use as kind of a passover area to pass all of my stuff from one standing hole to the other. And that's why I kind of haven't built those yet because, well, I need that space. Otherwise, it's crawling every single time underneath tables. So the things I do for you. I'm also going to build a restaurant on the blank area kind of near the Destiny's Bounty. That's another area I use to sort of rest my camera gear on and my remote controls for the trains and so on. So yeah, again, I'm going to be making my life a lot harder, but we do need to fill in that area because it just looks so bare by comparison with everywhere else. I've also got another restaurant planned, which will be a Japanese restaurant, and I might even start on that this Friday because I'm really excited about that. It's kind of embracing a bit of Ninjago feel. I do have more rail carriages planned, but I'm not going to do those for a while because I'm going to focus more on getting a few more buildings up rather than just more and more train stuff. We've had quite a lot of train stuff recently, so I'll probably do that in a few months. And by doing all those buildings, of course, we'll fill in the gaps on the road that's got the GBC building on and the hospital and so on, get that finished, which is more and more painting myself into a corner, but so be it. And then we can start on the deep sea cabinet more because, well, the biggest development probably of all, leave this right till last, is not only have I done lots of deep sea designs for sort of undersea bases and stuff like that, which I'll keep a secret, some really dynamic builds as well, which I'm really looking forward to showing you, and a lot more stuff that sort of crosses from one glass level into the next, sort of crossing a bit of glass, one of the glass shelves. But I have actually finished the deep sea backdrop. Wow. Now this may not sound like much, but this is 1.2 meters by 1.8 meters of printed laminate, and it's been expertly done by, me combined with a couple of friends of the channel, and they've done an absolutely sterling job in making an absolutely fantastic backdrop. It's kind of very heavily influenced by the old town divers line, and well, you'll just have to wait to see that. And I'm going to have the unenviable task of trying to stick that onto the inside back glass wall of my cabinet. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. Anyway, so that's probably the biggest thing and the biggest area for development, well, definitely outside of the Lego City. So anyway, lots of interesting stuff to come. So wow, what a lot of stuff to get on with, what a lot of ideas and a lot of, well, stuff to place as well. And a lot of things that need ideas as well. So if you've got any ideas for these video stuff, any ideas where I can get the video bandmates to, where I should mount this, all the rest of it, then do let me know as usual. If you want to send me a Christmas package, do so to my usual address. But as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, we'll be doing a brick haul of all of your wonderful packages that I've received to date. And then we will be doing, well, I think that Japanese restaurant on Friday. So until then, see you!